What's up, guys? Sam from the Mineplex team here. Little update announcement video. We wanted to wait a week before we did like our big developer town hall Q&A, but there's a lot of misinformation going around about the announcement. We definitely could have been more clear, but we didn't. We wanted to kind of layer it going forward, but we don't want a lot of misinformation to spread. So we're just gonna go ahead and knock it out of the park now and answer a couple questions about the studio real quick and about the direction. So to be clear, first and foremost, Mineplex the server is coming back. All of the games built on the studio are going to be published on Mineplex the server, right? So the traditional server with all of the games you love will be back. And every single game that we had is going to find a home with a developer that cares about it and will update it more than Mineplex ever did before. So all of our original games are going to be able to be updated and given the care that they need by developers who actually care about them, unlike what happened previously, right? 2, players are not paying $15 a month, guys, right? The $15 a month is only for developers who are using our development tools to develop and publish games. It is not for the players. Players are going to be able to get on for free when we full release. The only thing that's paywalled is the limited closed beta to help us fundraise for infrastructure costs because it is going to be very expensive to run all these things. And we want a more limited environment there so that we can iron out bugs and polish things out and also give developers time to actually publish their games so that and develop their games so they actually have time to be there when we full release later in the year. We just wanted to give people a head start, right? So as a part of the Mineplex studio, we handle every infrastructure cost, right? No matter how many players you get at no additional cost to the game developers, right? So if your game ends up taking off and doing really, really well, you would end up usually having to pay for a ton of hosting on your own. And a lot of people can't really afford to do that, right? Or don't want to deal with that overhead. So they can only just focus on building the game, which is what, game development's all about, right? So we just get all those things out of the way. We are going to have a paid moderation team. It's going to be smaller, right? To handle chat abusers and just, cheaters, whatever it may be. That team is going to be smaller, and we are also allowing for these own individual studios to manage their own staff teams, right? We want you to be able to have control over your game in its entirety, right? So it's going to be a bit of both. We're going to help you out, but also let you guys pick up your own staff team. So if you're an old Mineplex staff member and you want to get involved with the project, you'll be able to apply to any of these projects and just get full permission to do what you want in their game. So you'll have full control over whatever it is that you want to do. Game developers are going to be able to create packages and subscriptions they offer for sale via the studio, which is where the revenue split comes from, right? We are also exploring revenue sharing based on player count percentages and much more down the line. We're just going to kind of wait and see. We're very open for feedback on it and seeing how the consumers like it because it's a platform made for you guys, right? So that's kind of the direction that we're taking that with. And we're actively working to find our classic Mineplex games a home in the communities that love them, right? We've already found development for SSM, Castle Siege, Clans, and more. So all of those games are coming back, and they're going to get updated more than we ever could with our previous business model, right? So if you loved one of the Mineplex games, it's going to be taken care of better than ever before. And it's coming back. It's going to be new. It's going to have tons of new capabilities for it to be built. The old Mineplex is not gone. It's all coming back. And it's like, you guys ever seen the meme where it says press enter to upgrade and there's like an upgrade button on a keyboard? That's kind of that's kind of what it is, right? Okay, what's next? I'm making sure to just go down the bullet points here. Game developers are required to follow the Minecraft EULA with their monetization, right? So again, as long as you're following EULA, we're cool with it, right? We want to be compliant with Microsoft and Mojang, so you have to follow the EULA. Do not break the EULA. Don't do it, okay? We don't want to have to deal with you breaking the EULA. Please don't do it, okay? That's not us. That's us telling you to follow the EULA, by the way. Let's see. For crossplay, Bedrock and Java will not forcibly be matched together, right? That's what input preferred matchmaking means, right? So basically, you as a game developer, if you have a PvP game, probably don't want somebody on an iPhone playing against a PvPer on PC. So guess what? The matchmaker is going to sort those players for you, but there's no reason to not have all the players on one server together. Because what if it's a survival mode, right? Where you don't really need to split the players, right? It really depends on the game. But the developer of the game is going to have a complete choice and control over whether or not they do that. So it's totally up to you guys. We're going to support crossplay, but for PvP games, the developers are going to be able to choose to put players together based on their input or not. So yeah, it's going to work like that. There will be a review process before games are published to the final network. So sort of like an app store review, right? How Apple, if you push something to the app store, Apple's got to review it, right? There's all kinds of cool apps on that app store, right? That you could do, play games or, social media, whatever it may be. And Apple just kind of moderates all that in the big picture. That's kind of what we're doing here, but with games on Mineplex, right? Let's see. A game developer studio membership includes all infrastructure costs, anti-cheat, and moderation from our end, aside from your own staff teams, obviously. Auto scaling and server infrastructure, payment processing, crossplay, model engine, MythMobs integration, all of that stuff. Like everything, like all the overhead, you don't have to deal with it at all. Those things that would cost you a ton of time and money, you don't have to worry about. So the studio membership includes publishing for unlimited games. It's not $15 per game, guys. And ideally, that cost goes down over time. We just, to be honest, aren't sure where to put it. We got to make sure that we're at least breaking even while you guys are making money so that we can really just support the business and keep things going. So, yeah. There will be a developer town hall next Friday at 6 p.m. EST. That's going to be streamed where people can ask questions and we'll be able to answer them to clear things up. We were going to wait a week, but there's just a ton of misinformation going around out there. And like we knew people would be confused because it is like a really, really big announcement. But we thought that town hall 1 week later would be suffice for that. So that's where we're going to talk about your stats and everything that you had previously on Mineplex, and everything else server side is going to be answered there. But we just wanted to put this little short video out to clear everything up and make sure that you guys got it. So excuse me. Jeez Louise. Yeah, thank you guys. Sorry for the confusion of the announcement. Again, we're trying to layer it as best as we can. So yeah, we're going to be continuing to answer questions the rest of the month and making sure that people understand exactly what it is that we're doing. So thank you so much. See y'all next time. Peace out.